Hey you guys, I just wanted to do a really quick video. Last night I went to a function, right? And it was a function for women in Adelaide networking together, and it was down at the Mercedes place down on at Mile End. Anyway, so I met some really extraordinary, amazing women while I was in there, right? But there was one lady that captured my attention more than the others. Now I'm going to try and keep this as generic as possible because I don't want to reveal who this person is, but she has, in the last 6 months, she has written a book, okay? And let's just say the book is something about health, diet and fitness. Now she has sold 20,000 copies of that book, okay? And she's gone down the self-publishing path, so that means she's actually got a physical book printed out and popped that in the post and sent it to people, okay? And she also had a really large community, so she had a Facebook group, and in that group there's about 50,000 people, okay? So she's built that up over the last year or two, and then she's finally written this book, published it, put her offer out there, and it has gone totally crazy. She sold 20,000 copies of it. So all things being equal, she's actually made around $500,000 this year just basically on that book. Writing the book, going to a publisher, saying I'd like to self-publish, getting it printed out, getting copies sitting in her lounge room, and then putting her offer out to the world and saying, here's what I have got to offer. And then people have gone and bought that book. And so now, this was 6 months ago, so that was in May, and it's now December. And so really she's sitting on this extraordinary opportunity and possibility, and she's a really extraordinary woman. And it got me thinking last night, like, what if she had never written that book? Like, what if she had never sat down and put pen to paper and actually wrote it? I mean, what if she had kept all of that inside of her head and kept it to herself? I mean, she wouldn't be sitting here closing in the year like $500,000 of sales, 20,000 copies of her book, and just feeling so fulfilled on the inside that she's made a difference, and a really big difference to people. So I think that and it really got me thinking, because there's so many amazing women in that room. At least 10 or 15 of them could easily have done something like this as well. And so there's probably two things in there, right? The first thing is I want to, for anyone watching this video and thinking, oh my god, I have an idea for a book and I haven't even sat down, I haven't written it, I haven't done all those things, and I wish I was that girl that you're talking about, right? And you know, like, ultimately I haven't done anything like that either. I haven't written a book. I haven't, you know, sat down and said I'm gonna, you know, go out full scale and do that. But that's not necessarily what I want to do. But I know there's a lot of people that do want to do this, right? So it got me thinking, why do we not do these things? Okay, so this lady, she's a mum at home with 2 kids. Like, it's not like she's a rocket scientist. It's not like she's, you know, got a whole pile of you know, I don't even know exactly what her resource situation is, but it's not like, you know, she actually, whatever the barriers could have been or would have been for her, there would have been some sort of variation of time, money, reasons, excuses, right? And so that is why we generally don't start. We don't start because we have all these reasons about how we can't do that. It's not for us, or who am I to do something like that? That's what stops us in the first place. And then the second thing is, when she's done this, right, she's actually sat down at one point and thought, my story matters. Okay, so she has thought to herself, no matter how we no matter how we look at exactly what's happened step by step for this girl, but she sat down at one point and said, my story matters, and I am determined. I'm going to write it in the face of all adversity, in the face of all reasons not to. She has sat down and written that book. So I just really wanted to share with you guys that story, because when I met her, we're going to meet for coffee next week to talk about next steps for her. But I was just really blessed to have met her. I'm glad I went to that function last night. And the thing is, I normally don't go to those sorts of things because, you know, I tend to be a bit of a lone wolf on one level. But I met some really great women, and I'm really glad that we've got this great sort of way of networking with each other and making a difference to each other. And meeting this lady was an example of that. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today, and I hope you got something out of that, because I certainly did. And I'll be looking at that in my own life today, taking a leaf out of this girl's book. Alright guys, oh, pardon the pun on that one too. Okay, have a great one. Bye.